Hey everyone, welcome back to FluentX. It's genuinely wonderful to have you with us today. I'm Mike.
And I'm Sarah. We hope your day has been gentle and kind so far. Thank you for joining us again for another calm and natural English conversation.
Today's topic is special because it brings out a very human side of all of us. We're talking about your hobbies, what you enjoy, what you love spending time on, what gives your mind a sense of peace and your heart a sense of joy.
Hobbies are not just activities. They're tiny emotional windows into a person's world. When someone tells you their hobby, they're not just telling you what they do, they're telling you who they are.
Exactly. For example, if someone says, "I enjoy painting," you don't just think of paint and brushes. You imagine calm evenings, soft creativity, emotional expression. You start to understand their personality.
If someone says, "I play football," you imagine energy, teamwork, movement, excitement. You instantly understand something deeper about them.
That's why talking about hobbies is such a powerful conversation skill in English. It's simple, it's friendly, and it builds real connections.
Before we dive in today, if these calm English podcasts help you, you can give this video a like and subscribe. It supports our FluentX family quietly and beautifully.
All right, let's begin. So, Sarah, what does the word hobby truly mean to you?
To me, a hobby is something you do only for yourself. Something that gives you peace, joy, comfort, or excitement. Even if nobody sees it. Even if nobody understands it. It's like a small emotional garden inside your life.
That's beautiful. And it's true. Hobbies give you a place where you can breathe, where there is no pressure, no deadlines, no performance, just pure enjoyment.
Yes, a hobby is something that feels natural. You don't force yourself. It feels like a quiet escape from the noise of the world.
Listeners, notice how emotional hobbies are. When you talk about your hobbies in English, you're not only sharing information, you're sharing your personality. Modern life can be overwhelming. Work, studies, responsibilities, everything moves so fast.
And that's why hobbies are essential. They slow your world down. They give your mind a chance to rest. They help your emotions settle.
This is important. When you talk about hobbies in English, you're also talking about your emotional needs. For example, reading helps me unwind. Cooking helps me relax. Running clears my mind.
These sentences make your English sound natural and real.
Let's warm up with something simple. Sarah, what's one hobby you've been enjoying recently?
Recently, I've been enjoying reading a lot. There's something magical about sitting with a book in the evening. The world becomes quiet and my mind softens.
That sounds peaceful. For me, it's photography. Just walking around with my camera, noticing small moments, shadows, reflections, little things people don't usually see. It makes me feel connected to the world.
I love that. Photography is a hobby that teaches you presence, being in the moment.
Exactly. Listeners, notice these natural English sentences. I enjoy photography. I love reading. One of my hobbies is cooking. I spend my free time painting. Simple, natural, real.
A hobby is like a quiet message you send to the world. If you love painting, you're expressive. If you love hiking, you're adventurous. If you love reading, you're reflective. If you love cooking, you enjoy caring for others. If you love music, you feel emotions deeply.
Yes, your hobbies reveal the parts of you that words sometimes cannot.
And that's why this topic is so powerful for English learners. When you learn to talk about your hobbies naturally, you learn to talk about your identity.
Here are some very natural phrases you can use in real conversations. I enjoy. I love. I'm into. One of my hobbies is. In my free time, I like to.
And when you want to sound a bit more emotional, it makes me feel relaxed. It helps me disconnect. It calms my mind. It gives me energy. It inspires me.
These expressions make your English sound warm and human.
Many English learners freeze when someone asks, "What are your hobbies?"
They feel shy, confused, unsure how to explain.
Yes, because most people don't think deeply about their hobbies. They know they enjoy something, but they don't know how to talk about it.
That's why today's episode is important. We're building your confidence to express your interests in English. All right, Sarah, let's go deeper now. Hobbies aren't just things you do. They actually fall into different categories: creative hobbies, active hobbies, relaxing hobbies, social hobbies, indoor hobbies, and each one tells a different emotional story about a person.
Exactly. When someone shares their hobby, they're quietly telling you about their lifestyle, their personality, and even their emotional needs. So let's walk through the main types of hobbies people usually have, and more importantly, how to talk about them naturally in English. Let's start with creative hobbies. Painting, drawing, writing stories, writing poetry, designing posters, playing an instrument, singing, photography, filmmaking. Creative hobbies come from a place of emotion.
Yes, when someone enjoys creative hobbies, they often say things like, "I love expressing myself. It helps me process my feelings. It makes me feel alive. I enjoy creating something from nothing." These sentences show their emotional connection with their hobby.
For example, someone who paints might say, "I love painting because it helps me relax and express my emotions."
And a photographer might say, "I enjoy photography because it teaches me to pay attention to small details."
Writers often say, "Writing helps me organize my thoughts," or "I write because it clears my mind."
Creative hobbies show softness, sensitivity, and curiosity. They connect you to your inner world. Now let's move to active hobbies: sports, running, swimming, dancing, hiking, gym workouts, martial arts, cycling.
Active hobbies usually come with energy and discipline. People who love active hobbies feel good when their body moves. Common natural sentences are, "I love running. It clears my mind." "I go hiking to escape for a while." "I play football with my friends every weekend." "I enjoy working out. It gives me confidence."
These hobbies often reflect strength, routine, and resilience.
Yes, someone who hikes every weekend usually enjoys nature and adventure. Someone who goes to the gym regularly enjoys structure and challenge.
So, active hobbies tell a story about a person's rhythm, their movement, their motivation.
Relaxing hobbies are some of my favorites. Gardening, cooking, journaling, slow walks, knitting, meditation, pottery. These hobbies show a desire for peace. People might say, "Gardening calms me down." "I love cooking. It helps me unwind." "I write in a journal when my mind feels heavy." "I enjoy long, quiet walks."
Relaxing hobbies are powerful because they show emotional balance. You learn how a person takes care of themselves. Many people have what I call comfort hobbies: watching movies, reading novels, listening to podcasts, gaming, doing puzzles. These hobbies help people disconnect from stress. They might say, "I love watching movies at night. It helps me escape reality." Or, "I enjoy reading because it takes me into another world." Or, "I play video games when I want to relax."
Comfort hobbies are very common because life is stressful. These hobbies let you enter a different emotional space. Some hobbies bring people together. Board games, book clubs, team sports, dance groups, hiking groups, community volunteering. People might say, "I enjoy playing board games with friends." "I'm part of a book club." "I love team sports. The energy is amazing." Social hobbies show that the person enjoys connection, shared experiences, and community.
Some hobbies are connected to culture. cooking traditional food, practicing folk dance, learning historical crafts, collecting cultural items, or studying languages. People might say, I love cooking traditional dishes. It makes me feel connected to my roots. Or, I enjoy learning languages because it opens new worlds.
These hobbies show pride, heritage, and curiosity about life.
Every hobby comes from an emotional place. If someone chooses a creative hobby, they want expression. If they choose an active hobby, they want energy. If they choose a relaxing hobby, they want calm. If they choose a comfort hobby, they want escape. If they choose a social hobby, they want connection.
Exactly. So when you learn how to talk about your hobbies in English, you're also learning how to talk about your emotional world. Here are some phrases that make your English sound beautifully natural. It makes me feel peaceful. It gives me energy. It helps me take a break from stress. It brings me joy. I feel more like myself when I do it.
People love talking about new hobbies they want to try. This is a great conversation starter. You can say, I've been wanting to learn guitar. I'm thinking about trying yoga. I want to learn how to bake. I'm curious about painting.
These sentences show growth and curiosity, which always sound warm and positive. Another natural way to continue the conversation is to explain how long you've enjoyed your hobby. I've been doing this since childhood. I started this hobby last year. I got into this recently. I used to do this a lot when I was younger.
These phrases add depth to your conversation. Let's do a more emotional conversation example.
Sure, let's make it natural and slow.
So, Sarah, what's one hobby that really brings you joy?
I love reading. When I read, I feel like the world becomes quiet. It's my safe space.
That sounds peaceful. How long have you loved reading?
Honestly, since I was a child, books always made me feel understood.
That's beautiful. For me, photography brings that same feeling. It slows down my mind.
Do you enjoy the creative process more or the final photos?
The process. I love the moment when I'm capturing something real. It feels meaningful.
That's why hobbies are special. They give your life small, beautiful moments.
All right, Sarah, I think this is a good time to explore how hobbies appear in real, everyday conversations. Because English learners often understand the words, but they don't always know how to use them naturally.
Exactly. When someone asks about your hobbies, they're not asking for a list. They're asking for a small piece of your life, a story, a feeling.
Yes, and the more naturally you can talk about your hobbies, the more connected and confident you sound. So let's go through some real-life situations, natural expressions, and long, flowing dialogues.
When you meet someone for the first time, hobbies are one of the easiest topics to start with. You can ask, what do you like to do in your free time? What are your hobbies? Do you have any interests outside of work? What do you enjoy doing on weekends?
These questions sound friendly, warm, and curious, never rude. And here are natural answers. I enjoy painting when I get the chance. I'm really into cooking these days. I love hiking. It helps me clear my mind. I spend a lot of time reading. I've been learning guitar recently.
See how easy and gentle these sound? Because hobbies are human. Everyone has something they love. After the first answer, you can deepen the conversation by asking, how long have you enjoyed this hobby? What do you love most about it? What got you into it? Do you do it alone or with others?
Amazing follow-up questions. Let me give example answers. I've enjoyed painting since childhood. I started hiking last year. A friend introduced me. I love photography because it makes me notice beauty. I usually read alone, but sometimes I join book clubs.
These kinds of answers make your English feel alive and emotional.
Let's create a longer, more detailed dialogue to show how real English flows.
Great, let's start.
So, Sarah, what do you usually do to relax after a long day?
Well, I love reading. It's like entering another world. When I read, I forget my stress for a while.
That sounds wonderful. What kind of books do you enjoy?
Mostly fiction, but honestly, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I read mysteries, sometimes something soft and emotional. What about you? What relaxes you?
Photography. It forces me to slow down. When I take photos, I'm looking closely at things, light, shadows, colors. It makes me feel more present.
How long have you enjoyed photography?
Only for a few years. I actually got into it during a difficult time. I needed something to help me reconnect with myself.
That's beautiful. Is there a hobby you'd like to try in the future?
Yes, I'd love to learn a musical instrument, maybe the drums. What about you?
I want to try pottery someday. The idea of shaping clay with your hands feels very calming.
That sounds so peaceful.
Exactly, and that's the thing about hobbies. They don't have to be impressive, they just have to make you feel something meaningful. Sometimes people ask, "Why do you enjoy this hobby?" Here are natural ways to answer. It relaxes me. It takes my mind off things. It helps me express myself. It makes me feel confident. It gives me something to look forward to. It helps me stay focused. It connects me with people.
These sentences make your English sound emotional and natural. For example, I enjoy cooking because it makes me feel creative. I love hiking because it helps me reset my mind. I enjoy playing music because it gives me energy.
Yes, and notice how each sentence includes a small emotional detail. This is what makes your English sound alive.
Talking about new hobbies is always interesting. You can say, I've been wanting to learn guitar. I recently started baking. I'm thinking about trying yoga. I'm curious about learning photography. I want to get better at drawing.
And you can add emotional descriptions. I think it would be fun. I want to challenge myself. I want to try something new. I've always been interested in it.
Let's do a natural example.
Mike, is there a hobby you want to try someday?
Yes, actually, I've always wanted to learn the drums. Not professionally, just for fun. I feel like playing the drums would help me release stress.
That makes so much sense. For me, I want to learn pottery because it looks calming. I love the idea of creating something with my hands. Childhood hobbies tell beautiful stories. You can say, "When I was a child, I loved drawing. I used to read for hours. I played a lot of football growing up. I always enjoyed building things."
These sentences help you connect with people emotionally because childhood memories are universal.
Yes, let's make it natural.
Did you have any hobbies as a child, Sarah?
Yes, I loved drawing. I drew everywhere. Notebooks, walls, anything I could find. It made me feel free.
That's adorable. For me, I used to play a lot of football. It was the highlight of my childhood.
These stories feel warm and relatable. Sometimes people stop a hobby and return later. It's normal and human. You can say, "I used to play guitar, but I stopped. I want to start again." Or, "I used to paint, but life got busy." Or, "I want to reconnect with this hobby." Or, "I'm trying to get back into reading."
These phrases show honesty and they create emotional connection. People often ask, how often do you do this hobby? You can answer, I do it every day. I practice twice a week. I do it on weekends. I try to make time for it whenever I can. I don't do it often, but I enjoy it.
You see? Simple and natural. Some hobbies can be expensive, but here's how to talk about it naturally. It can be a little expensive. I try to keep it budget-friendly. I only buy equipment when necessary. I save up for it. It's worth it because it makes me happy.
Let's share some advanced phrases listeners can use. I'm passionate about. I'm obsessed with. It's my escape. It's my therapy. It keeps me grounded. It's part of who I am. I could do it for hours.
These sentences sound beautifully natural and emotional.
Let's give listeners one long, beautifully natural story-style example.
Great idea. You start.
So last year, I decided to pick up a new hobby because I felt like my routine needed something fresh. I started learning photography. At first, I had no idea what I was doing, but the process felt peaceful.
How did it make you feel emotionally?
It made me feel present, like time slowed down. I enjoyed waiting for the perfect light, the perfect moment. It made me notice beauty in small things.
That's amazing. For me, reading has always been that kind of hobby. When I'm reading, I feel safe, calm, grounded. It's like the world becomes gentle.
That's such a beautiful feeling.
Yes, hobbies remind us that life isn't just about work or responsibilities, it's about joy, curiosity, and growth.
So, Sarah, now that we've explored so many different kinds of hobbies, how they shape our personalities, and how we talk about them, let's go a little deeper into the emotional psychology behind hobbies.
Yes, because hobbies aren't just activities. Hobbies are emotional anchors. They keep you steady during stressful times. They bring joy during quiet times. And sometimes they even help you discover who you truly are.
Exactly. Sometimes we think we choose hobbies, but sometimes hobbies choose us. They appear in our lives at the moment we need them.
I've seen that happen so many times. People often say, I started this hobby during a difficult time and it changed me.
Photography was like that for me. It came into my life when everything felt heavy, and suddenly looking at the world through a camera made everything feel lighter.
Yes, and reading was that for me. I didn't start reading to become smart or productive. I started because my mind needed peace. Books gave me a safe space.
It's incredible how hobbies quietly support our emotional health without us even realizing it.
Let's talk about how hobbies reflect your inner world. If you enjoy painting, you value expression. If you enjoy writing, you value reflection. If you enjoy hiking, you value freedom. If you enjoy gaming, you value escape and imagination. If you enjoy cooking, you value creativity and care. If you enjoy gardening, you value patience and calm. If you enjoy sports, you value energy and discipline.
It's surprising how much we reveal through our hobbies. People think it's just a hobby, but actually, it's a piece of your emotional fingerprint. You know something interesting? Many adults slowly lose their hobbies because life gets busy. Work, responsibilities, pressure, and they forget the things that once made them feel alive.
Yes, and when they return to a hobby after years, they often say, I don't know why I stopped. I forgot how good this feels. Hobbies reconnect us with our younger selves, the version of us that was curious, playful, imaginative.
Exactly. And English learners can use beautiful sentences like, I lost touch with this hobby, but I'm reconnecting with it. I used to love this when I was younger. I forgot how happy this hobby made me. I'm rediscovering it.
These kinds of emotional sentences make your English sound natural and heartfelt.
Let's give listeners a deeper example.
Sure, let's make it slow and emotional.
Sarah, have you ever stopped a hobby and then returned to it later in life?
Yes, reading. For a while, my life got busy, and I stopped reading completely. But when I picked up a book again, I felt something inside me relax. It felt like coming home.
That's beautiful. I had a similar experience with photography. There was a time when I put my camera away. I didn't feel inspired. But when I returned to it, it felt like I had found my vision again.
I think that's what hobbies do. They bring us back to ourselves.
Exactly. They remind us that we're not machines, we're humans. We need play, creativity, movement, imagination.
Well said. Another beautiful part of hobbies is connection. When you talk about your hobbies, you give others a chance to connect with you.
Yes, because hobbies create shared experiences. Two people who both love music, instant connection. Two people who both love hiking, instant friendship. Two people who both love reading, instant understanding.
You can use expressions like, "We have the same hobby. I'd love to try that hobby someday. That sounds interesting. Tell me more. I've always wanted to learn that."
These expressions keep conversations warm and open.
Let's show listeners how this sounds in a natural, everyday situation.
All right, let's create a scene. So, what did you do over the weekend?
I actually spent most of it cooking. I'm trying new recipes lately.
Oh, really? I didn't know you enjoyed cooking.
Yes, it relaxes me. What about you? Any hobbies you enjoy?
I love cooking too, especially Italian food.
No way, that's my favorite to make.
See, this is how friendships begin, with hobbies.
And that's true. Hobbies bring people together naturally. Let's give listeners some more advanced, beautiful expressions they can use. It's my creative outlet. It's my escape from reality. It helps me stay grounded. It makes me feel centered. It gives me something to look forward to. It brings me a quiet kind of happiness.
These expressions make your English sound deep and emotionally mature. At the end of the day, your hobbies reflect your identity. They show people your rhythm, your interests, your hidden layers.
Yes, and when you learn how to talk about them naturally, you unlock a whole new level of English confidence. All right, everyone, let's softly recap everything we explored today. What hobbies truly mean, why hobbies reveal your personality, how hobbies affect your emotions, creative, active, relaxing, comfort, social hobbies, how to ask about hobbies naturally, how to answer with emotion, how to describe why you love your hobby, how to talk about new hobbies you want to try, how to talk about childhood hobbies, how to talk about returning to an old hobby, how hobbies create connection, advanced natural expressions, real-life example conversations, deep emotional storytelling.
You now have everything you need to talk about your hobbies in natural, confident English.
Before we end today's episode, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, here's today's question. What is one hobby that brings you joy, and why do you love it?
Your answer doesn't need to be long. Even one sentence is perfect. We read every comment, and it truly makes our day.
If you found this episode helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It quietly supports our FluentX community.
And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe for more calm English conversations with us.
Take care of yourself. Make time for joy. Keep practicing. Keep learning.
We'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.